In this video, I want to show you the progression path starting from rookies in the Formula class, going all the way up to F1 if you want to in iRacing or A class. There's a lot of stops here along the way that are probably ones that are good enough to get off on, because some of the series up at the top are just dead, unfortunately, even though it can be quite attractive to be like, oh, I want to drive the Mercedes-AMG W13E Performance. It's actually a terrible car to drive and there's just no one racing it. It's not terrible to drive, but it's quite bumpy. The W12 was quite cool. I think that's what it was called. But yeah, anyway, jumping back, let's go through it. So these are my picks. This is what I would choose if I was going to start from Formula again. This is all based off my own personal taste, by the way, but this just helps to kind of inform your own decision of how you'd grow through the ranks. Here, I know you're missing a little bit down here, but we'll show that in a second. I have everything filtered with stars. So in general, in Formula, there's actually quite a lot. I also have it filtered by list view instead of grid view. I personally just think that's bananas doing that. So list view is way better. You can see all the times they're starting. You can see the amount of participation. You can filter very easily by what races are next, which are the most popular, or filter by license, or filter by series, or filter by track name, whatever it may be. Now, let's jump straight into it. So let's have a little look at the rookie choices. The rookie choices are quite simple. You have the Formula V series by Trophy AI, 12% off, link in the description, boys. And the Formula 1600 rookie series. Now, what I would choose here personally, which I think is the best, is the Formula 1600. I just like the way this drives. The Formula V is very, very hard to drive. Now, you can get to grips with it, but like the back end is super loose. There's lift off oversteer. You do not go near the low gears on any of these cars. It's up to yourself. I like the Formula 1600. It feels a bit more well sat in the ground, and it sounds a bit more fun to drive, and you feel like you're in less of a wheelie bin than the Formula V car. So the Formula 1600, that'd be my pick here. Get out there, have some fun. Same stuff goes. Don't touch other cars. Don't touch the grass. Survive the races, and you'll find yourself in D class lickety split. Next up in D class, there's just one clear option for me. It is the F4 Challenge. There's also the Skip Barber car, which I'd recommend going out with and having some fun with, because those cars are incredible. I'm not sure what the participation is like here in these. Yeah, it's not the best, unfortunately, in the Skip Barber, but it's a fun car to drive. What I would say, though, the FIA Formula 4 car is one you want to get into, and there's actually a heap of different series here. So if you don't have this track or you don't like it, you could go on to different tracks here. Excellent, excellent car to drive. Excellent car to learn Formula racing in. It's a beaut. So F4 is going to be for D class. Again, keep it clean. There are little couple more options, but personally, the F4 screams to me. Moving into C class, we're given a few more options here. We have the Formula 3 car, or the Dallara F3 it's called here, Formula C, or we have the Formula C Super Formula Lights. Now, both are equally as popular, but the Super Formula Lights is a very, very popular series, and I would say an easier car to drive than the Formula 3 car. The Formula 3 car, though, can be a very, very fun car to drive. So it's up to yourself what you want to do. I personally would recommend the Super Formula Lights, as it's a more recent car and it kind of is a bit easier to drive. There is one more super popular option that just was released, is the Indy NXT Road Series with the Dallara IL15. This car's a hoot, and it has a bit of push to pass too, kind of introducing you to these kind of IndyCar style cars, which have this push to pass overtake feature. You can get a bit tactical with it in the race. Think of it like an electronic DRS, like a boost. Very fun series. At the moment, they're at Virginia. Up to yourself. Maybe because this is the newest, it might have the best participation. There might be the most content, lap guides for it at the minute. The Indy NXT or the Super Formula Lights, I'm going to pair them same. So whichever you prefer to drive, really, you just drive. Coming into B class, these are my options. Now, there are other ones. There's the IndyCar series and the Formula B Super Formula series. For me personally, I'm not mad about the IndyCar series. It is quite fun. It's my taste. I'm not into it. The Super Formula series is quite fun. It's like the Super Formula Lights, except on steroids. We're talking like Cocaine Bear if it was a car. This car is a hoot to drive, and it's probably the best, in my opinion, Formula car in the service for those who want to taste what it's like to race F1. I think one of the reasons the participation is so low on the F1 up in A class is because those cars are just so fast, and to do close racing with cars that fast in a simulation, sometimes it just doesn't go well. It just doesn't go well. They're just too fast. With these cars, They don't, they've so much power, you feel like you're laying down the throttle all the way up to fourth gear because of how much power is going to the rear. It's so fast. You got to manage the brakes. The downforce is amazing on them, but they're still within a reason of speed. And I think that's why this series does a bit better than the A-Class Formula series, unfortunately. I wish it was better, but I have tried to race it before, and it's just not easy to go wheel to wheel with people when you're doing those incredible speeds. Maybe if you trust them and you know them and you've raced them before, just not in open lobbies, unfortunately. It ends up very similar to the F1 game, except in the F1 game, cars go invisible. In this, you just end up in a wall and you go, I'm not coming back here again. So yeah, Super Formula is pretty much the end of the road for me here. We can have a little look at the A-Class here. Now there's more. We have the Formula A Cosworth Cup, which is the Mercedes AMG W13E Performance, and then the IndyCar Thrustmaster Pro Qualifying Series. I believe this is a special series, so I'm not going to really talk too much about this. But yeah, so we have the F1 series here. If we go to look at participation, let's have a little look. There was 2 people, 3 people, 1 person, 3 people, 1 person, 1 person, 1 person, 1 person. 8 p.m., there was 2 splits. So some of these series are weird, where they'll have 1 slot every day, maybe, or maybe once a week, where people know 8 p.m., we all go here and have some fun. Similar to the Skip Barber series, that at sometimes during the day or during the week, there might be a bit more population. So just because a series is dead at one point for you, it might pick up at some other point, like the IMSA Endurance series in Road, the vintage one. But yeah, that's my lay of the land for Formula. That's the progression I would do. Granted, it's pretty much all there is. There's not a lot in here, but that's just me explaining my thought process behind what it is and what I do and what I would pick. Don't get too worked up about trying to get A-Class in Formula, because I assure you it is disappointing. You will have more fun buying the Mercedes Formula 1 car and hopping out in an AI race than you will in the races with nobody there. So yeah, guys, this is my guide for the progression in Formula. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And if you have any input, drop it down below, as I'm sure people would love to see it. But I'll see you in the next one, guys, and have a lovely day.